Hey, this is Leon Poe, man. You listening to Causeway Street Podcast.
What's up, y'all? This is Kenny Anderson. Y'all listen to the Causeway Street Podcast.
For all you new listeners out there, I'm your host, Causeway Pavone. I'm joined as usual by my two co-hosts.
I'm Sean Dutra. What's up?
Yeah, like talk
long
about
walks
yourself.
on the bee.
There you go. Joel Pavone. What up?
I'm a Pisces. The most romantic.
It leads off with that.
The most romantic sign in all of the zodiac.
Oh,
If you couldn't tell by my voice already.
oh,
Sexy.
But I'm the producer of this ensemble that we call Causeway Street. In case you missed it.
Hey, Bill Walton here, Celtics 1986. You're listening to the Causeway Street Podcast. Yeah, come here for nothing but the truth. This is where dreams come true. Thank you, Boston, for my life.
where are we going?
You guys are such homers.
It's your boy Terry Rozier. You're listening to the Causeway Street Podcast. Now listen to my boys Joe, Sway, Joel, and Sean.
What the fuck made it okay for anybody, especially like rappers, to just get tattoos on their face?
All right, don't worry, guys. We're back. We're back. Causeway Street Podcast.
Where have you been?
Josué Pavone, Sean Dutra, Joel Pavone. Don't worry, guys. We still have this podcast going. I know it's been a while. It's been a couple of weeks.
I actually just figured that we had closed shop. I'm not even gonna lie. I convinced myself we closed shop.
Sean didn't even send a text out. He's just like, no, I thought we were done. I thought we don't
You
do this
showed up at my
anymore.
house and I was like, oh shit. Hey.
So I was like, maybe we'll do a playoff show, but that's it.
Dutra's only text to the group after Marcus Smart, opted out for the surgery. It was just fuck. That was it.
That was the last we heard of the Causeway Street Podcast.
That's the last time we heard from Dutra.
And so much has happened this last 2 weeks. I mean, obviously all the injuries have happened, but nonetheless, the Celtics are still on a 5-game winning streak right now. How the heck are they doing this? We're going to try to break that down in this episode of the Causeway Street Podcast. We'll also talk about Kyrie Irving and what his injury means to this team. First round playoff series, in my opinion, is going to be played without him. I don't know, maybe the last couple of games in there, maybe may see him, maybe not. But I don't know about you two. I'm not as concerned as some Celtics fans may be. I mean, I don't even consider doesn't matter who they're playing. I mean, there's one team.
Yeah, it does.
There's one team in particular that the Celtics should be worried about. But I don't know if they'll get bumped down to the 7th seed. We'll talk about that team in a little bit.
Okay.
But first things first, let's talk about
teaser.
Let's talk about it's a teaser shot.
I've been waiting for four and a half months
episode, so
to get to this.
We gotta get right into it. We gotta get right into it. All right. So 4-game road trip out west. No Kyrie Irving, no Marcus Smart, no Daniel Tice. You had some games where you had no Marcus Morris, some games you had no Al Horford, yet they still swept the road trip, beat some really good teams, playoff teams. And Joel, can you tell me how they did that? Explain to me how it was possible for this team to beat those guys.
Man, Sean just said it, man. Your boy
Abdul Nader.
Abdul Nader.
Guess who is the one consistent in all those 4 games?
I'm going to say he was the 10th best player. I think there's other guys too, if you ask me. If you ask me.
I don't know, man. The Celtics are playing like they got nothing to lose, even though they do have everything to lose, so to speak. But no, with Jaylen Brown coming back, I know it's only been 2 games, but he's, for lack of a better term, been balling. He's been consistent on both ends of the floor. You got Jason Tatum, who he found the shot back again. And then we can't say enough about the bench. Larkin, you have. I mean, Rozier's been starting. Rozier's been a beast also.
Right. He's a starter now.
So I forget he doesn't come off the bench.
It's a completely different bench now. Completely different bench.
He's the leading scorer now.
Yeah, he's the leading scorer.
Let's be honest. Rozier is now our number 1 offensive option.
He's part of the big 3 now.
Yeah.
So,
no longer a bench guy.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing about Jaylen Brown. I mean, when he went down with the concussion, it was obviously such a scary moment, but also from the basketball side of things, you're thinking, how is he going to come back, or how is he going to respond from the injury? Because right before that injury, right after the All-Star break, he was on a tear, and right now it looks like he's picked up exactly where he left off before the concussion.
He's like the water boy, dude. You hit him and he just gets right back up, and he's even better than he was before.
Yes. That's one way to put it, I guess.
Nah, I mean, and he's probably concussed, so he's probably
like Bobby Boucher.
Bobby Boucher. Bobby Boucher.
I
don't think Bobby Boucher got concussed, but I will say this.
Well, he definitely did. But he didn't.
Yeah. Right.
But it's the South though, so
yeah.
It's like he didn't get concussed.
What was that chick's name? Vicky Valancourt. Vicky Valancourt.
Vicky Valancourt.
Yeah, she was a weird looking chick, but
She
she had some nice tits. Yep.
And I like them too.
Yep, exactly. All right, so minus Jaylen Brown turning into the water boy. My biggest takeaway is Jason Tatum. I don't know. So this is my big thing.
I thought you were gonna say my man Moose.
Okay,
Moose
so
on the loose.
I will say a couple of things.
I think the whole thing's a little overhyped. But
I thought Greg Monroe was gonna suck, and somehow he came here and everybody got injured.
If anybody can turn the Moose into the old Moose, it's
Brad Stevens. And also Mookie, my man Mookie, Marcus Morris, he can be a number one option, weirdly enough, on any given night.
Well, for this team, absolutely.
I mean, if it's like the only person Brad lets take bad shots is Marcus Morris.
Oh, that is.
Yeah, he gets a pass. He's
like, you know what? You can do that ISO fadeaway anytime you want. For some reason, everyone's else like, especially run the offense
when it's a game winner, especially.
Yeah.
No, but you know why? He just doesn't give a fuck.
Yes.
He just lets it fly.
Yeah, and I think Brad realizes, like, even if I tell him no, he's just going to do it. So I might as well just enjoy what he is, you know?
I think after the game winner against Oklahoma, they asked him, did you have any hesitation? He was like, hesitation? That shit's not even in my vocab.
This dude's been doing this all year. I don't know if you guys have noticed.
He's like these dudes can't guard me, huh?
Yeah, and every second quarter from like 7 minutes to 4 minutes, it's fade away Marcus Morris time. He's gonna get at least 3 to 4 in the 7 to 4 minute mark in the second quarter. So he's just He's like, all right, well, this is gonna happen every trip down the court until they bring Kyrie back in. That's it.
See, in my opinion, it's him, it's Jaylen Brown, and it's Jason Tatum. Those are the 3 most important players heading into the playoffs. Terry Rozier, okay. Terry Rozier is important.
I think Terry's number 1.
I don't think he's number 1.
Really?
I don't think he's number 1, but I think he's one of the 3.
Well, okay. I mean, obviously Horford's in the mix there, but if we're talking about guys who you need consistent offense from, in my opinion, it's those 3. Here's my thing about Terry Rozier, and I don't know, you Celtics fans are probably gonna kill me for this, but listen, don't get used to seeing him dropping 20, close to 30 points every single night. I just don't think he's that kind of scorer yet. Is he going to be a guy who puts in 20 points in a 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 games in one series? Possibly.
Nah, I don't know.
That's a chance. But you can't rely on him to drop 20 every single game, especially in a playoff series where teams are going to build their defense into stopping him. Okay? But everyone's hip to his game now.
Yeah.
But he's the guy, though, when Brad calls that timeout and that late in the fourth quarter and you want a bucket and you got no Irvin as an option. I mean, Jaylen Brown for half the trip wasn't an option either.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But
we saw that before the Marcus Morris.
No, he's the only guy that can create his own shot.
Before the Morris game-winning shot against the Thunder, that doesn't happen if Terry Rozier doesn't hit that 3 before that. Yeah, that's true.
But with Tatum, though, I'm talking more about not setting him up for an open shot, but him just taking it to the hoop.
Well, that's the
Marcus
thing, though.
Morris doesn't do that.
Well, that's the thing. He can put the ball on the floor, and he can also, in the ISO play, he can knock down that shot. He's been showing that throughout this entire stretch, that 4-game road trip.
So in the Kyrie Irving-less Celtics, I think Terry Rozier is the most important player. And Marcus Smart-less Celtics, right? You have this offense runs through the point guard. It's just what it's always going to be. It's how Brad set it up.
Yeah, but when you need consistent offense, I don't think that's a guy. If you're relying on Terry Rozier to drop 20 every night, then that's not going to happen.
Well, so I think this is where I'm getting at too.
He's not that polished yet. He's not quite there. He's made strides. I give him that. But he's just not gonna. You're not gonna see him make that much of a leap in a playoff series to see him averaging close to 20 points a night.
I don't think you need. Sorry to cut you off, but I don't think you need Tatum or Rozier to average 20 points. I think you just need them to hit a clutch shot here and there, which they've done.
Look, I'm not saying that guys like Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, they have to average 20 in order for this team to be successful in the first round of the playoffs. What I'm saying is it's more likely that one of those guys are going to be able to put up those kind of points consistently. Because what's been most impressive about what Jaylen Brown's been doing is not the fact that he's been putting up big scoring games, flirting with the 20-point line pretty much every single night, but what's been most impressive is how efficient he's been. And you can say the same thing about Jason Tatum. Specifically, you can say more about Jason Tatum. I mean, the guy's shooting like 46% throughout the month, It's been his best month of the season, and he's the first rookie since Ron Mercer to put up 1,000 points in his rookie campaign. I mean, like
as a Celtic,
right? Well, yeah, not the first Celtic rookie. Like I feel like he's in a focus. He's in a stride that is going to translate into the first round of the playoffs, and Jaylen Brown is feeling the same exact way. Those two, and then you got Marcus Morris because of what he's able to do on both ends. Those three are the most important players in this team.
I don't know. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that I'm not too confident about this team if Kyrie Irving can't play in the first round.
In general, or because of who they're going to face?
No, I just don't know. Like
that'd be in general.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter who they play. Whether it's Milwaukee, whether it's Miami. Or who else is a possibility?
The Wizards.
If they keep
that's
falling.
the one
team.
Yeah,
absolutely not. Yeah.
That's the one team I think the Suns will be. They may be in trouble if they face the Wizards in the first round.
Brad, and we've seen this, Brad can coach a team up and, go up against superior competition and push them to 7. But, like, I don't know, man. If Kyrie's not playing, like, you're now asking Tatum and Brown.
And on the defensive side, then you're asking Rozier to be a part of covering the best backcourt in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, I just think like any team that the Celtics will play in the first round, that's a struggle. If you don't have Kyrie Irving, then that is a struggle. Even if it's Miami, even if it's Milwaukee, like I think you're now going to have to expect Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown to be guys that they're not yet. They're not there to be consistent, and that was the biggest question mark coming into the season.
But they proved everybody wrong, right?
Right? No, and
especially
and
this
they have
month.
they have been good. Like they have been very good. Like Tatum is good for anywhere from 8 to 18 points a night, and Brown the same place. But like they haven't shown the ability to take over the game yet that I've seen. Which, if you're in the playoffs, I'm sorry, you need a guy that can do that. That's why Kyrie's so important to this team.
And when it comes to the first round, I think other than the Wizards, I'm not really concerned about the first round.
See, I'm concerned about the Bucks 1,000%.
Nah, I'm not really.
I mean, if you had Kyrie, I wouldn't be worried about it because you would make Antetokounmpo's numbers, whatever.
The Bucks are the Bucks. They've had a disappointing season to me.
Yes, they have because they're not as good as we thought they were.
They're not aggressive. Yeah, you're gonna get 27 and 10 from Giannis, but what about everybody else though?
I know, but if you're getting 27 and 10 from somebody consistently,
yeah, but this is the playoffs though,
and that's what I'm saying. If you get somebody that's going up 27 and 10 in the playoffs,
like you have Bledsoe. I don't think he's ever been in the playoffs. You have Jabari Parker coming back from injury. They don't have
sure.
Who was their sharpshooter? Their only shooter that's out.
But I mean, if you do
Middleton.
think about it too, real playoff experience on this Celtics team, Al Horford.
You're right.
Right? Everybody else is basically new.
But you also have Brad Stevens though.
Right, but I'm saying
I'm gonna roll the dice on Brad Stevens.
But I'm gonna say last year against who did the Celtics play in the first round last year?
The Bulls.
The Bulls, right? We felt good about that squad because that was year 2 of Stevens, Thomas, Crowder, Bradley.
Yeah, but this team
the whole squad.
I think it's fair to say we know this team is better than they were last year.
Yeah, but we're
this
talking
team
about
is better with Kyrie.
I
understand that, but
and you're talking about Marcus Smart not having your best defender in the back.
All I'm talking about is the first round. That's all I'm talking about.
I'm talking about the same first round. I don't feel comfortable saying that the Celtics will win. I wouldn't bet. I wouldn't do anything on that game. I don't think the Celtics would win a first round series. I couldn't say definitively.
Okay, so
without Kyrie Irving,
all right, but don't you
think Celtics will be in trouble in the first round?
Okay, but don't you think if the Celtics were to go down like 0-2, for example,
I'd freak the fuck out.
All right, yeah, obviously, but I'm talking about like Kyrie coming back.
You think he'd come back? You think he'd rush back? With no guarantee of a long-term deal?
But at that point, that's the 4th week, though.
No, he's not.
He's supposed to be out 3 to 6 weeks.
Listen, bro, if the Celtics go down 0-2, Kyrie's just going to be like, well, me and Gordon will be together next year. Contract year. Why would he come back? That is dumb. He won't come back.
He wanted to come back before getting the second opinion.
He's not going to rush back. He's not going to rush back. My
you're
opinion.
underestimating Kyrie Irving.
Either of you concerned about how he's going to respond to the, what do they call it? Minimally invasive procedure that he went through? Do you guys, either one of you, are afraid that you may see a setback in Kyrie's game?
I don't.
Well, they already said that his his kneecap is completely healed from 2015.
Yeah, my guess is
which no one knew if it was healed or not.
Well, they want to take out the wire.
Yeah, the tension wire.
The tension wire.
Yeah. So
you don't think it's going to affect his play?
No, my guess is it's probably just something that's now the body is like, yo, what the hell is this thing in my knee? And he's just like, it doesn't feel right.
And he's been playing
and
through
he's probably a little paranoid because he's had knee injuries in the past. So
as he should be. Yeah.
Take that shit out, like let it go, and it could probably come back and feel pretty good. But I think even with a 50% Kyrie, you're going to win a first round series.
All right. So
but I don't think Kyrie will rush back for the first round because I think it's for the Celtics. What's the goal? What's the end goal?
This year or just overall?
This year.
At least
to make it to the finals, right?
At least
I think if Kyrie really looks at it and he's like, you know what? If my goal is to make it to the finals, then I should be able to rest up. Like I need the rest. I'm going to do it and I'm going to come back in the second round. Because by the way, I'm not 100% convinced Kyrie will come back for the second round, but it depends on where the Cavs finish. If the Cavs finish in the 4 spot, then I don't even think we'd see Kyrie rush back for the second round.
I think you'll
if
see
it's against the Pacers,
the first couple of games, but I think
if it's against the Pacers or against the Wizards, I think you 1,000% see him if it's against the Cavs, but.
I think the Celtics will need him against the Wizards.
I think you're underestimating Kyrie Irving as a competitor because he wants to be out there. He's not going to be like, okay, guys, if we win one more game, then maybe I'll come back. No, if he has a chance to play in the first round at all, he's going to play. And I think the way the Celtics have been playing now, I mean, I don't know how severe Marcus Morris' injury is. He's day to day.
It's not severe.
Well, I know it, but. The same thing was said about Kyrie. Stevens, before the second opinion, was like, "Oh, he's day to day. Now he's out 3 to 6 weeks."
Yeah, but you know, with Kyrie, any knee injury, you're like, I'm hoping for the best here, but
the whole time that he's been out has been soreness,
right?
And then this,
then soreness happened for a while, and you were like, Kyrie's been out for 2 weeks.
Exactly, but. The Celtics were winning, so it's like, all right, let them rest up.
So I'm going to ask this question. Are the Celtics better without Kyrie Irving?
No. Really? No. It's always no. Whenever that question comes up, it's always no. Even if you're talking about the Washington Wizards.
Obviously, they've been surviving.
Even with the Wizards.
Better than most.
Even with the Wizards not having Wall, no, you're not better.
When
Isaiah wasn't out there and they went on that little stretch of games and everyone was like, oh, is this team better? No.
No. The answer is no.
Yeah. When Rajon Rondo went out in 2013, can these guys play better? No.
When LeBron sits out for one game and they win, is this team better without LeBron? They're like,
no, it's always no.
What the fuck? No.
The question, no. It's never yes. And if it's a yes, someone give me an example of yes. Unless it's like the 6th or 7th option, maybe. But when it's one of the best players on your team, the team's always better with that guy.
I'm going to say Patrick Ewing was the last one.
No, that team was not better.
They waited to the finals.
Yeah, but
that was just.
Don't you think if he was there,
they would have won?
Yeah.
They would have won a game.
They would have won. They would have won one.
Still made it to the finals.
Put it this way.
Everyone looks at that and be like, "You can get better by losing your best player."
You just need Latrell Sprewell to go off and Larry Johnson and put the team on his back.
Larry Johnson, 4-point play, baby. Yeah. Allen Houston's
Shout
averaging 22 points a night. You're like, what the fuck?
Shout out to people our age. You know what we're talking about. I'm doing the LJ thing right now. Oh, man. Good times. Poor New Yorkers, man. Yo. It was literally all downhill from that point.
All I'm going to say is,
never got back up to the mountaintop. All I'm going to
say is that was really like
really downhill though.
Like post Jordan, pre 02 Celtics, right?
Yeah, right.
That Knicks Heat rivalry was some of the best basketball just of all time.
That was before the Nets too. That was before the Nets got their team together, right?
Knicks and Pacers?
But Knicks and Pacers, but Knicks Heat tops it, man. The second PJ Brown flipped over Charlie Ward on that box out, dude. That just started everything. No.
Allen Houston with the game winner, game 5.
Yeah, and then it's like
kids back then. That was game 7.
Yeah.
First round.
That was some of the best post Jordan basketball that I used to get up for on SportsCenter. And SportsCenter one, I'd be like, Knicks Heat, what the fuck happened last night? My mom's like, you just fucking swear at the breakfast table? No.
Everyone just goes quiet.
All right. Well, one thing we have to consider as well is the number 1 seed. And listen, I know the schedule looks a little. It looks out of the Celtics' reach, but the fact that they're facing Toronto twice, they're 3 games behind for first place. It is possible, as what's his name said in Dumb and Dumber. So there is a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Fucked it up.
Yeah, because that was awful.
Yes.
That wasn't even fucking close, Sway. You just said, so there is a chance. What the fuck are you talking about?
So you're saying there might be a chance. Is that it?
So it's like, so I'm back in the game. No, that wasn't it.
Where's that from?
No,
that's from something. American Pie?
See, Sway's in these movies that just don't exist.
No.
Where everyone just says regular things like, I'm hungry.
Oh, wait, no, that's from a TV show. Never mind.
So you're saying we're going to eat some food, huh?
No? Zero chance? Is that what you guys...
No. I'm saying, no, I agree.
What was the question?
The Celtics have a chance to catch the Raptors.
Pay attention, Sean.
7 games left.
Okay.
Depending when you listen to this podcast.
Okay. 1,000% they have a chance.
Play against the
But
Raptors
do
twice.
you want the 1 seed? Because I'm really...
Now you don't want the 1 seed.
I just always assumed that...
Home court throughout the playoffs?
I always assumed...
Yeah,
no, okay, I would much rather have the 2 seed if I avoided the Cavs in the second round.
Back to LeBron again. Bruh, it's that type of year that you're going to possibly see both of them.
I know, I don't want to see both of them.
But why not though? Like, what's the
listen?
Out of all years, forget next year.
You think Kyrie's going to come back ready to go?
No, but
game 1, second round, 40 points.
But you know what? Fuck it.
No.
This team and the way Brad Stevens has been doing his thing, who I think should be coach of the year, but probably won't. Again, I've gone on my soapbox to say that plenty of times.
I think this might be.
It's not. It's not.
I think this might be it.
I don't think it's going to be. But
Dwayne Casey's going to get it, bro. Best coach of the league.
even though you've said
I hate Dwayne Casey.
Yeah,
Dwayne Casey is a fucking puppet.
That and you've said that like he's a horrible coach of the team.
Listen. Dwayne Casey was the last coach to adopt the theory of I should get some 3-point shooters on my squad. He was like, you know what? We don't need 3-point shooters. We're gonna win every game 81 to 80.
If
I struggled with the numbers,
you did a little bit. No, if this squad was still, Jay Crowder and A.V. Bradley, I'd be like, all right, let's see. But I don't know, this year is different.
No, I think the only thing that's going to give him a little bit of a bump is this end of the year
momentum.
No, like Kyrie's not playing, like Marcus isn't playing. Like,
listen to what Jaylen Brown said on SportsCenter. He was like, "Yo, we're not getting enough credit, so fuck it. We're riding it."
No, I mean, I love the underdog mentality. I love the fact that the Celtics like sort of feel like, you know what? They see Kyrie's out and we can't do anything. Like, I love that mentality. That's such a Brad Stevens team mentality. But like
all these rallies,
at the end of the day, if you don't have the talent in the playoffs, like the playoffs are like, you can, like the Bulls last year had some fucking spunk. They had some spunk. And then one thing went wrong and they were like, you know what? We went up 2-0 and
they lost Rondo.
That's it. Know what I mean? Like you lose a key part of your team. It's very hard to win in any type of series.
Yeah, but the Bulls were different. They caught fire in a bottle like at the end of the season because Hoiberg decided to be a coach. But this time around, the Celtics, they've shown this all season long. They've shown it all season long, and now they're showing it at the best possible time when they're at their weakest.
Yeah,
no Hayward, no Irving, no Marcus Morris, no Smart. Like, come on, like.
Yeah, no, I think it's good to see the young guys.
Like, it's great
producing, but I just don't. But the last thing I want to do is trust any. I don't want to see Rozier with the ball and be like, oh yeah, here it is. He's gonna hit the game-winning shot. No, I don't want that, man. I don't want Tatum. Tatum has not shown me he has the ability to take the game over.
Listen, but why not though? That's how you gain experience. Let them go up against Cleveland. Let them go up against Toronto, and then next season, another year later, with Hayward and with a healthy Hayward and a healthy Irving, this team will be something completely different.
So you're calling this year a wash?
I'm not calling this year a wash. All I'm saying is let's just see what happens. Why is everyone like, nah, I think that's it. It's done. Like, fuck it. Just wait for next year. Like, I'm not saying they're going to win the championship. I'm not even saying they're going to come out of the East. Fuck it. I'm not even saying they're going to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. All I'm saying is just let it ride. Just let's see what happens.
So what the fuck?
Enjoy the ride. They're not going to get shattered on. I guarantee you that. They're not going to get swept. They're not going to get blown out by 20, 30 points like the last year Celtics did in the playoffs. That's not going to happen with this team.
All right, well, speaking of the schedule, Sean, it's been a while. I know you must be a little bit rusty. I see you scrambling to try to look up the upcoming Celtics schedule. You guys hear it, right? You can hear the scrambling through the mic.
I heard him like rubbing one out real quick.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
That's where your focus is right now, Sean? Jeez. Come on. Pay attention.
Put it away, man. Put it away.
All right.
Sean Dutra's.
When you look ahead.
Let's look ahead.
Oh! So.
Okay, Andre.
Raptors Celtics Saturday 7:30 p.m. last day of March. What are you doing, dude? I'm fucking watching that game, bro.
Fuck that. I'm gonna be at the Garden, dude.
Oh shit, dude! It's gonna be a fucking barn burner.
Crushing beers, kid, before Scary Terry take the court.
Yo, meet me at Sully's, bro. We're gonna be there. We're gonna fucking play some Papa Shot and then go into the game.
Make sure you bring cash, bro, because I don't take credit cards.
Oh, I always forget, dude. And then on Tuesday, Celtics play the Bucks. They travel to Milwaukee to play the Bucks. So those are two back-to-back playoffs teams, followed by a what the hell? Holy shit! We got a little bit of a dandy going on this week.
What happened?
You get Sunday, Monday off. Then you got a Bucks Raptors back-to-back, away. Bucks Raptors. That means back-to-back.
Those are back-to-back. Oh,
away. There's not a home and away. There's not an away and home. You're on the road back to Beno.
Wow.
It's a Tuesday. That's what I said whoa for, man.
It's probably not going to happen, but if the Celtics were to win both, then, man, the number one seed's right there.
I thought he was
probably not going to happen.
I thought he was reading his calendar and saying, fuck, I got a fucking dentist appointment the same night as the goddamn Celtics play? Fuck.
I do have to drop my car off to the shop tomorrow. Thanks for reminding me,
Well, there you go, bro.
And then on Friday, it's the pesky Bulls, man, in Boston. They start a 2-game homestand, which ends on the Hawks Celtics on. Yo, come on, NBA.
Sweet.
Sunday, 1 p.m. Hawks Celtics. Just call it a carnival. Just call it the circus.
Are you gonna be at that Bulls game? Because this would be the first time you've seen your boy Freddie.
Yes, I will.
Since last year's playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, the last time they were in town, I couldn't make that game. So yeah, this will be the first time since.
Nice.
Yeah, no, the Celtics got quite a week, bro. The Celtics do have quite a week. I mean,
that's why I think the number one seed is just out of their reach at this point. But
no, I think
I still think they got a couple more incredible wins.
The kids are gonna be all right. They're gonna be all right.
That Utah game, though, I think that might have been the most impressive win of the season.
Yo, that was Brad Stevens' statement. It's like, if you guys don't think I'm coach of the year, fuck you.
Like, after the Thunder game, before that, the Thunder game was the most impressive.
Hold on, now.
Now the Utah game topped that one.
9-0 run.
Hold on. What you just said about the Celtics not being able to catch the Raptors? You know the Raptors schedule?
It's like Phoenix.
It goes.
Nets.
Well, we got a bonus look ahead.
It goes Celtics.
Oh, they play the Celtics, really?
Cavs.
Ooh.
Oh.
Celtics. Pacers.
All right, that's in my ear.
I wouldn't emphasize Pacers that way, but
then Magic, Pistons, Heat. All like Magic, okay. Pistons.
That last game, we might see something there. Might be a loss.
Realistically.
So it's the Celtics twice,
and then the
Cleveland,
Cavs.
and then the Pacers. So they got 4 matchups with playoff teams. Right?
So realistically, if the Celtics go
4 above 500,
if the Celtics beat the Raptors in both games, and then beat the Bucks, and the Cavs beat the Raptors, if they go, I mean that's a realistic thing, right? You could go 3-0, and the Raptors could easily go 0-3 because the only other game is against the Cavs.
Contrary to popular belief, Cleveland is still playing for something. They don't want to fall the fourth.
But then the Pacers too are playing for something too. Yeah. They have to go against the Pacers.
Yeah, you're right. So those are not going to be easy games.
No,
it's not easy W's.
No,
even though Toronto kind of owns Cleveland this year, but
then they got the Heat on the calendar too. They got one more playoff team.
Man,
Celtics only have.
If you're the Wizards, how do you not think about tanking to 7th? I mean, think about it. Who do you want to see in the first round? The Cavs or the Celtics? A Kyrie Irving?
I would take to 8th. I think if I'm the Wizards, I'm like,
Oh,
we can take Toronto. We can take Toronto. I'm like, yo, wait.
Yo, I mean, I know he's been out for 30
if you have a
John Wall comes back,
but John Wall against fucking
John Wall, Kyle Lowry. I'll take John Wall all day, and then Bradley Beal versus DeRozan, man.
If you have a choice and you're the Wizards, you want the Irving-less Celtics all day.
Oh, I know, but
and then also if you stay where you are now and the playoffs, if the playoffs start today, you're the Cavs in the first round, the 4-5 matchup.
That'd be great. No, actually, no. There's 6 right now. The Wizards. Fifth is the Pacers. Fourth.
I can't even. I mean, by the time this podcast comes out, it's probably going to change. But
it changes on a daily basis. It changes.
What I'm trying to say is, you're better off losing a few and trying to secure the 7th seed instead of staying, where you are now, where you get closer to facing a possible Cavs matchup in the first round.
But what if what you said earlier comes fruition and the Celtics grab the 1st seed? Then you're stuck playing Toronto if you're Washington.
If you're Washington. Oh, okay. They meant the Celtics. No. Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah. You could. It's not as. It's more or less like, we could tank, but the Celtics, the Raptors are going to do battle.
You just don't want to be the 6th seed if you're the Wizards.
Yeah, but
you don't want to play the Cavs.
That's the thing, though. The Eastern Conference is so tight right now that there's no tanking. Like you can't because if you try to lose, you may shoot yourself in the foot because you don't know exactly what's going to happen on the other side.
Exactly.
That's crazy. All right. Good job, Sean.
Weird, but same
Good
thing.
Work.
Same thing out west. Like the 4 through like the 9th seed, 10th seed, even I think they're only separated by like 3 or 4 games, and you can't say like, I'm just gonna just fall down a little bit. No, because then you might be out of the playoffs completely. A few days ago, San Antonio was 9th.
You know what's bullshit?
Yeah.
Can I tell you what's bullshit?
The only thing that's different this year is that the 8 teams are secure. You just don't know what position they're going to be in.
It's just
the Cavs literally play the Knicks back to back to end the season.
Yeah, Cleveland.
So whatever they finish at after the 76ers game, so they do go Raptors, Wizards, 76ers, but then the league's like, oh, LeBron, hey, you okay? Here's 2 Knicks games to end the year.
No, but the thing about Cleveland's schedule, like all year round, has been like shitty team, playoff team, shitty team. It's been like that, and
sounds like Amigos beat. shitty team, playoff team, shitty team.
I thought you were gonna say Lil Pump. Sound like
Gucci gang.
Maybe that is what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, you are. I can't keep up either with these names, with these rappers, these new rappers.
Is that a Lil Xans?
And that's Sean Dutra's.
When you look ahead.
But yeah, their schedule has been like out of the 4 teams in the top of the East, they've had the easiest schedule, but they've lost to shitty teams.
Yeah, may I ask a question, a real question? What the fuck made it okay for anybody, especially like rappers, to just get tattoos on their face?
Mike Tyson.
So when Mike Tyson did it, everyone's just like, I'm gonna get
no, scratch that.
Tattoos on my face.
Lil Wayne. He started getting tattoos on his face.
Or Gucci Mane. Yeah, the
ice cream cone. I think Lil Wayne started that first, though.
Yeah, but didn't they just do it like subtly?
No, because remember that the cover was that the Carter 3 with the baby with the tattoos on Lil Wayne's album.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was in 2008.
Yeah. It hasn't been a good decade.
Yeah,
it's been slipping. If that's what you're thinking.
Also, what's up with the rainbow hair, bro?
That I don't know. I thought the blonde thing, like the smart dude, was kind of weird.
Smart guy.
No, you meant when Marcus Smart had his hair like that.
Oh.
Him and Sullinger.
Like fucking Odell.
Why hasn't
Beckham.
anyone...
They came into media day looking like that.
Why hasn't Green Line Tees made a smart guy t-shirt? I'm telling you, though, the fix is in. The fix is in for Cleveland.
So we got a bonus,
The fix is in.
A triple looking ahead. You looked at it even at Cleveland's games.
Good job.
Now we're going to look at the Philadelphia 76ers remaining schedule.
Doesn't really affect us, but okay.
We just go through the entire Eastern Conference, everyone's schedule.
The Brooklyn Nets play the Atlanta Hawks on Tuesday, April 17th.
The least important game of the NBA season.
Brooklyn's like, whoa. We got one more game left, bruh. Don't call it a wrap yet. We still got playoff ambitions.
Eliminated.
Everyone's like, God, dude, you've been out for like 7 months. Ever since you sat D'Angelo Russell the first time, you have been eliminated from the playoffs.
Yeah, man, your boy Dinwiddie's still doing it.
Dinwiddie has been struggling, I'll tell you that, because I spent a lot of money on DraftKings on him, and ever since he took that crown, it's been go from your occasional 40-point DraftKings night to a consistent 20 to 22 DraftKings night. But you're paying for 40.
All right, let's get our trip around the NBA. Jeez.
All right, let's go.
I was just waiting for Sean to say, well, guess the Nets aren't making the playoffs because that's what he predicted.
Okay. 1 second. I missed on the Nets, which was a 8th seed pick.
Here comes the Philly talk.
But I did. What? No, come on, man. What did I tell you? Philly's going to be number 4. I told you Philly's going to be number 4.
You didn't. You said that the Nets would be better than Philly.
That is a false statement.
No, that's true.
Rewind the tape.
It's true.
I will.
I said the 4-5 matchup, Philly would be involved in a 4-5 matchup.
If you want to go all the way back to last summer, you said that they would definitely make the playoffs and be like top 6 or something like that. So I give you that.
And I said Brooklyn could slide to the 8th.
Honestly, even on draft night, I was like, I see them probably squeezing in, but fighting for a playoff spot.
Now,
so
I thought Markelle Fultz would
off
have a
there.
much bigger part in the season.
Yeah.
I will say that.
I think we all did.
I didn't expect Ben Simmons to be this good, but I figured they were going to be another 5, number 4, number 5 in the Eastern Conference.
Okay. You didn't expect Markelle to just completely forget how to play basketball, too, in the middle of the season?
No, I didn't expect that. I didn't know that Monstars are real, and they stole his powers. If I knew that, by the way...
Hey, what happened with his injury, by the way? Do you know? Does anybody know?
Who, his elbow?
I don't even think he knows. That's why he didn't say anything.
By the way, I watched...
Phil, you gotta coach him before he talks to the media.
Space Jam...
He had this look on his face.
Trailer.
What?
Video over the Justice League. Is it Justice League? What's the new movie coming out?
Yeah, that one.
Justice League, yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
With all the...
With everybody.
Black Panther and all that shit?
Wait, they're in it too?
Iron Man? No, that's not it. Somebody dubbed... It's the best, dude. Somebody dubbed the audio from the Justice League fucking trailer over like cuts and scenes from Space Jam. Oh. It's amazing.
All right, Joel, what we got?
All right,
pick
man.
Pick up your iPhone from the table.
Jesus, I'm telling you, check that shit out. It's fucking funny as shit.
Damn.
In case you missed it.
All right. In case you missed it, our old friend Isaiah Thomas finally had surgery on his right hip. Something that he was avoiding for close to a year now.
Why was he avoiding it, huh?
Because
LeBron James.
Nah, because
it was LeBron's fault.
Because the Celtics medical staff, old medical staff, was like, "Nah, man, you're good."
It was LeBron's fault.
You'll be all right.
It was LeBron's fault.
And Lessard was like, "Bro, I'll just massage the fuck out of it every game, and you'll be all right going forward."
It was LeBron's fault.
The soon-to-be free agent is going to be out 4 months. The Lakers, obviously, the only team right now that are talking about re-signing him, only played 32 games this season. So, wish him the best of luck.
You know where he's going next year?
Brooklyn?
Nope.
I just felt like saying Brooklyn.
Dallas.
Why? They have fucking Dennis.
They're gonna try to mold Dennis Smith.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a few options.
Right. Dallas.
Plus, they're gonna like.
What about Orlando?
Nope. They're gonna make
Nope.
They're gonna make Dirk, travel through time and go back to being 26.
I think the bigger question is, does he sign with a playoff team?
No, I don't think he'll work on a playoff team. I think Isaiah Thomas is like the kind of guy that will take a rebuilding team and bring it to some type of respectability. You know what I mean? Like
fight for a playoff spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's Isaiah's calling. You know what I mean? Like,
you know what I would love to see? Phoenix.
Yeah, I would love to see that too.
Because you have a lot of young guys with plenty of potential.
He takes Ulyss' spot.
Yeah, you take Ulyss' spot.
He's like a Ulyss on crack.
I don't know about that, but you take his spot. You got Devin Booker. You got a great backcourt there.
Dragon Bender.
And then you got everybody else who just have a high ceiling above them.
Yeah, I don't. I just think that
I think Phoenix saves face, and they're not gonna admit that they fucked up.
Yeah, but you're not gonna. But right now,
going back to Phoenix.
Yeah, but right now,
they should trade for Dragic too.
Listen, right now, they don't have to.
Bledsoe.
They don't have to pay like $20 million. They can just
Brandon
literally
Knight, bring them all back.
Literally, it's going to be what we saw with Rajon Rondo: 1-2-year deal, 2-year with the third option.
He's signed a 1-year deal next year.
That's what I'm saying. So if you're the Phoenix, why not give it a try? I mean, is Tyler Ulyss a future starting point guard in this league?
I also think Detroit's in play.
But what if the Lakers?
Detroit? What if you got Blake and Drummond? I mean, you add Isaiah. I don't know. I think that's a.
What if the Lakers?
Reggie Jackson's contract's going to be coming up soon. I think they could probably move that.
What if the Lakers were like offering multi 3-4 year deal.
Oh, they would be dumb to do that shit. That would be very dumb to do that shit.
Like
3 to 4 year deal. Well, no. So I feel like they did that stuff.
I think it would be a reduced role because he did a good job with being like a sixth man, like a mentor. He didn't really, pout like some people would say, no, I'm not going to come off the bench. He embraced the role, but obviously if there's a starting job out there, I think you're probably going to see Isaiah take that over coming off the bench for the Lakers.
Think about all the teams that don't have point guards.
That Mozgov signing was great for the Lakers too.
I mean, come on. They want to build around Lonzo Ball. They don't want a guy right behind him being like, yo, I can run this offense better than you, right? The Lakers are going to live and die by Lonzo Ball. That's what they've decided to do. That's at least 2 years. I mean, if they re-sign Isaiah,
they got the other ball too coming in the league apparently.
He's not going to get drafted, bro.
Not according to Paul Pierce, man. Paul Pierce has been with these predictions these last couple weeks.
First round?
No, he's just saying that he's definitely getting drafted.
All right, what else we got?
Isaiah to the Pistons, man. I think that's where I'm going to go. It's either going to be a Pistons or
That's an interesting one.
Well, speaking of surgeries and injuries, Joel Embiid, in case you missed it,
Orbital.
Going to be out 2 to 4 weeks. Suffered a concussion when he landed on his face a couple days ago.
Smashed his face up.
All messed up.
Bro, that orbital ball, man. You break that orbital ball, man, you're fucked.
That was like Amari a few years back. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh,
his last couple years in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was brutal. Ugh.
So now, Embiid, probably one of the top 5 most dominant players in the Eastern Conference, coming back with a face mask. How does he do?
I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, I think it'd be good.
Yeah. I think you're more concerned about like perimeter shooters or like wings.
Big
wings
man,
that have to
you got to be able to like swing your face around to places where
this is where Markelle got to come in and save the day, right?
Oh, my man.
You know,
that's all, folks. That's all, folks. It's a great tag.
Shout out to our boy Allen. Anyways, Philadelphia doesn't. They're again, depending when you listen to this podcast, we're recording. And they're in 4th right now.
They're 0.5 games behind Cleveland.
They don't want to fall any more than where they are. 4th is a good spot for them because they get home court in the first round at least.
Without Joel Embiid, though?
I know, that's tough. That's what I'm saying. But that's why your boy is going to come in and just ball the fuck out.
Well, all I'm saying though is like...
And Simmons too, because he has to continue to ball
Embiid is more valuable to the Sixers' chances than Kyrie is to the Celtics. But I think the Sixers with Embiid are not... they're not sniffing the finals. But if they want to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, they need Embiid. Because if they don't, they're going to get swept in the first round.
Another prediction that Paul Pierce will debate you on, because he says also that he thinks Philly can make it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Without Embiid?
I don't know. This is like the same day with this.
I think Philly could easily... Listen, if Philly gets the 4 spot, right? They go head-to-head against the Wizards in the first round, right?
Yeah. Oh, well, no.
Or the Pacers.
It could be the Pacers because the Wizards are in 6.
That's a tough first round series. If you don't have Embiid for that, I would pick the Pacers all day. I would pick the Wizards and the Pacers over Philly if Embiid isn't playing. Any day of the week. I love Ben. I like Ben Simmons and the way he's been playing, but I mean, if he doesn't have the guy to pass to, if he doesn't have a presence down low, and you're relying on Saric and our boy Amir Johnson and Tony Batiste going to come out of retirement, play for them.
Our boy Paul was comparing this year's Sixers.
Theo Ratliff's about to come down there
to the 2002 Celtics, who had nothing to lose, according to him.
Who was the white guy for Iverson's team?
Matt Geiger.
Matt Geiger. McCullough. Yeah. The redhead. The redhead.
What about what's his name?
Matt Harpring.
Harpring.
Oh, Harpring was a stretch 4.
Didn't Korver start this couple years there?
Korver started
but that was
there.
way after.
Yeah.
I
was on his way out.
mean, Keith Van Horn was the best.
Fucking Keith.
He was the original stretch 4. But I was thinking about that dude with the red hair that you said, McCullough. If you're bringing in Amir Johnson, it's like when they used to sub McCullough in for fucking Theo Ratliff, and you're like, that's not good.
He switched up like
Mutombo's on that team too.
Mutombo too. Mutombo comes out and McCullough comes in. You're like, that's not even close.
It was Mutombo for Ratliff. They traded Ratliff for Mutombo.
Yeah. McCullough. Well, all right. What else we got, dude?
Well, congrats to Jason Kidd, Steve Nash, and Grant Hill. Been elected into the Hall of Fame so far. There's going to be obviously more names. But how do we feel about Grant Hill getting in over Chris Webber so far?
Okay, so...
And I get it. This is like the Basketball Hall of Fame. It's not just the NBA, but I don't know. College, I think.
No,
college
I think if you're talking about college, then I would much rather have Chris Webber in because the Fab Five and all the shit he did, like I know,
like revolutionized. Like
Grant
basketball.
Hill was the best player on a championship team in college, but I mean, same time he wouldn't have won without Christian Laettner, right?
Mm.
So
the ultimate
Chris
Webber player.
Chris Webber literally was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna be the best I can be, and
he was a beast.
I'm gonna change everything about college basketball."
Yeah.
Like I feel like that was Chris Webber. He made more of a change, but
and he was one of the few
also too.
He was one of the few big guys who could put the ball on the floor, spin, move. You know what I mean? Like he moved as if he was like a small forward, or
he made
a wing
Juwan
guy.
Howard look like a center in
Exactly.
college, right?
Right.
Juwan Howard's not a center,
Yeah.
and in the NBA he was not. But he made Juwan Howard be like, "Oh, you're not as I'm the four,
he was
dude."
a small forward.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was.
And then he developed the outside shot, you know,
Yeah.
which obviously
No, I think Chris Webber
obviously
should have won.
revolutionized the game. Now everyone's doing that.
And
Everyone
Chris Webber
shoots.
had injuries, same way Grant Hill had injuries. But I mean,
I feel
Grant Hill's early Piston years were better than Chris Webber's best years. But Chris Webber was on a team that could have won a championship.
That's what I was about to say. Grant Hill's like first 4 or 5 years in the league.
They said next MJ.
Even MJ said it. MJ was like, you know,
Who's next?
who's next? He's like, Kobe, Grant Hill.
It's like that Grant guy's pretty good.
Grant signs to Orlando, and we don't see him for 3-4 years.
Well,
and during that time, Chris Webber was balling out in Sacramento.
He was like, "Hey,
when he didn't want to go to Sacramento."
Yeah, he was like, "You know what? I wanted to play for the Bullets."
Yeah, changed that team around completely.
And then
And
they traded him
Sac.
Sacramento, and then that I'm not gonna lie,
Him and White Chocolate.
I loved that Sacramento team.
Him and White Chocolate.
Like,
Jason Williams.
It takes a lot. It takes a lot for the NBA and the world to just look at Sacramento and be like, "Yo, the Kings though." Like the Kings could be like the sixth seed in any playoff, and you're just like, "Yeah, the fucking Kings, they suck."
They got robbed in
But
2002,
2002, man.
Fishy officiating.
Vlade Divac, Chris Webber,
Peja.
Turk Luke was on that team too. You had Mike Bibby running the court, Bobby Jackson
off the bench. Yeah, Bobby
off
Jackson
the
was good.
bench, Doug Christie off the bench. That was a squad, bro. That was like a legitimate like squad. And Divac had a bone to pick with the Lakers too.
Do you guys remember that preseason fight between Christie and Rick
Yes,
Fox?
Rick Fox
In the
punched him in the
tunnel?
fucking face.
I just saw that video the other day.
Me too, man.
I revisited it because it was like I was watching something on.
It was
on
like
First
20,
Take on
22
YouTube.
years ago today.
I forget who was commentating, but I just remember they go and they're like he's like calling the game. He's like, "Yeah, we got a foul here." And oh my god, Christie, they're in the hallway. Christie, Rick Fox, like a camera
and then
guy.
Shaq was injured, right? Shaq was injured. He came out.
A camera guy like took the initiative to like film it.
Yeah.
As soon as he saw the footage of that camera guy in the hallway, and Doug Christie and Rick Fox are in the hallway. Like it was like 2 minutes after they had just been ejected. Oh man, that was classic.
Yeah, man. That was
That's like some like WWE stuff right there.
that shit was great, and it was almost like the NBA was like, just wait until June, because this is gonna be the series you all waiting for. You know what? I will say this though. Okay, I'm gonna put this on the table. You got the 2000 and 2001 Kings teams versus the 02-03 Blazers teams. Who you taking?
Man, the Blazers were never the same after 2000.
Right.
That 2000 Blazers team.
I'm flipping it around.
Yeah,
Flip it
flip
around. 99 2000 Blazers team versus the 01-02 Kings team. You gotta take between you got
Rasheed Wallace, you got
Stoudemire, Steve Smith, Brian Grant, Scottie Pippen.
Yeah,
that was right after he left the fucking Sabonis. Though I'm telling you,
Steve
Smith and Brian Grant coming off your bench as being your grit guy.
O'Neal too was coming.
Jermaine O'Neal was coming, but he was nothing at that point.
He was like 18. Yeah,
he was like,
Anthony Davis.
I'm proud. I might edge it out to the Blazers.
Davis brothers.
No, Dale Davis. Dale Davis was on that team. Yeah. I think you got to give it to Portland.
I give it to Portland, dude.
Yeah. That team was good.
Portland was gritty.
And they had it too. They were up by 20 Game 7 against the Lakers.
Portland was gritty before Memphis was gritty. That was a gritty
The Jailblazers, bro. And then Bonzi Wells came and
Yeah.
Zach Randolph came, and they were just like, "Yeah,
Things
you
got
know
a
what?
little
This is
weird.
a little bit too
They traded Jermaine O'Neal.
too thug for us."
And then Darius Miles just like, all right, guys, this is.
He's like, "I'm Portland Jailblazers." They was like,
He's like, I'm back, guys.
Quentin Richardson comes out. Oh. And
No,
they're
that was
like,
the
"Don't!
Clippers.
You're not even allowed in the fucking building, Quentin."
Zach Randolph showing up with his crew. It's like 30 deep.
Then they drafted Brandon Roy. Didn't pan out. Yeah, man.
No,
Portland.
Brandon Roy put that team back on the map, though.
Yo, Brandon Roy was nice.
Brandon Roy was a beast.
I
man.
loved watching that dude play.
He was like pure. He was Grant
Yeah.
Hill. He was very Grant Hillish.
Somewhat in a point guard body.
A little
maybe.
shorter. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was like 6'6".
No, he was like 6'4".
No, he was like 6'6", bro. Grant Hill was 6'8", but he played like a point guard, or he played like a shooting guard.
He had the
Brandon
body
Roy,
of a combo guard, but played like a point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where Grant Hill had the body of a small forward, but played like a combo guard.
Guys, we're so smart. This is great.
Well, speaking of Hall of Fame,
But then Scottie Pippen had the body of a power forward, but played a combo guard, but could have been point guard in the same team as Grant Hill at any time of the week.
All right.
all right. Well, speaking of Hall of Fame finalists,
Settle down.
we got my man here, Sway, to the left of
What
me.
did he win? Something else?
Who? No.
Yeah, what'd I do?
He was present at Ray Allen's book.
He was there.
His book, fucking
Yo, Sway
chat.
was-
What the fuck?
Sway
What
was
do you call
there?
that? What do you call that?
Yeah,
shit?
see, it wasn't a book reading because it was technically it was called a night with Ray Allen. It was pretty much an interview between him and.
Did he explain how he got catfished? You know.
He did not get into that. No, the guy he writes for the newspaper in Connecticut.
Yeah.
You Connecticut people, I don't know, get mad at me, but I forgot the guy's name. But yeah, it was pretty much just a conversation.
Oh,
And
no name McGee.
It wasn't as juicy as you thought it would be. Like they didn't really get into a lot of this stuff. I mean, he did talk about the whole dribbling in front of KG's locker, and KG was just like, "Don't do that," and how he had to change things up a bit. But there was no mention of Rajon Rondo. There was no mention of Paul Pierce, which I thought was really
able to
odd.
ask questions.
See, they said beforehand that they would, but then apparently they had questions already lined up.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, questions that
That's bullshit.
people in the crowd submitted. That's what they said.
But that was what I was gonna say about the guy who was interviewing him. They probably talked about it before. Like, we're not gonna talk about this. We're not gonna talk about that. Even though there's been a lot of shit in the news,
Which is why I like the Portnoy thing.
how do
Which
you-
is why I like the Portnoy thing.
how is he gonna say that fucking Paul Pierce like took nights off? Like that's fucked up.
Yeah, and he didn't bring him up at all. It's funny though. That one of the parts where Rondo did come up was when he was talking about how the night when he broke the record, when he broke Reggie Miller's record, and it was great because he felt the excitement. He felt like it was like a playoff
against the Lakers,
atmosphere
yeah.
because of it was against the Lakers. Reggie Miller was there, national televised game. He said everyone on the team kept making jokes about, I want to be the one to give you that assist. I want to be the one in that highlight. And everyone kind of laughed. So then some dude in the crowd just goes, "Hey, who gave you that pass though?" And like they kind of like ignored it. And then like as the guy was asking questions, he goes, "Oh, I heard someone in the crowd say, who gave you that pass?" And he just goes, "Rondo did." Okay, all right. Well, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Right? Like the guy was so thrown off. Like it was almost like he was mad at himself for bringing it up because he didn't know the answer. And then once Ray was forced to say Rondo, the look on his face was just like, "Oh crap!"
Did the whole
Why
crowd
did I
go,
ask you?
"Oh!"
Yeah. The crowd was just like, "Oh!" And then he just kind of ignored it. So, but that was it. That's the only time Rondo came up.
Afterwards, Ray was like, "You motherfucker! What did I tell you? What the hell did I tell you?
Yeah.
I didn't know who passed the ball to you. Who do you think passed
I
the
thought it
ball?
was Eddie House.
The fuck you think? Why I ignored the fucker when he said the name to begin with, or asked the question?
Yeah, he talked about
I knew that was
how
gonna
much
be
he
pussy
respected
shit.
KG, but I'm just like, come on, you're
No.
not gonna give Paul.
Ray
Paul was the Celtics when they both came.
Ray is
How
like
do
a
you know- how do you
Jehovah's
not bring him
Witness
up?
right now. That's what he is. It's very
You know
weird.
what he
but
is?
he tries to,
Nonetheless,
like-
it was an interesting night. I liked what he had to say about Michael Jordan, about the stories that he had at UConn, what Coach Calhoun meant to him. That was cool. It was great for a basketball fan. It was really, really good. I thought he did a really good job. But like, if you were looking for that, if you're looking for that gossipy and
stupid
quotes to walk away with, for him to explain himself, you didn't get that. It wasn't that kind of night.
dumb.
So it was good though. I liked it. It was fun.
No, it wasn't.
All right.
I don't want to hear Ray Allen just talk. Like, say something that I want to hear. Tell me that you fucking
Man,
hate
he's one of the
Paul
greatest
Pierce.
shooters of all time. Arguably the greatest.
You're sucked back
the
in,
greatest
huh?
shooter.
All right.
I'm just saying
I'm
he is
with,
who
I'm
he
with
is.
Joel over here. I'm with Joel.
Come on, he is who he is.
The more he opens his mouth, the more I fucking hate Ray Allen.
The thing, no, but my whole thing with him, at least lately, is like how can I bring attention to myself that I'm not like
without bringing up the catfishing experience?
No, not only that, but without it making it seem like, oh, I want to be cool with those guys again. I tell all book the same year that they're going to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Celtics championship. It's like, yo, I want to be cool with those guys again, but let me shit on them in the book, because that's exactly what he's been saying. Like, oh, I haven't said anything about those guys since I left. But I wrote a book though about how much I shit on them.
He's got to bring it up. Obviously,
Paul Pierce's shits were the worst smelling shit.
But that type of book you come out with like
people buy
10 or 20 years after you retire, not 2 years after.
Yeah, people buy that shit, which is stupid.
But how many sales are you gonna get if you wait that long though? You know,
it's Paul Pierce shit. This is the hottest. This so-called feud, which literally is stupid because. Wait.
I just think it's funny. They apparently talk things over and they're cool now. And now I don't think they're cool at all. I think Paul Pierce is just like, wait, you wrote that? Are you serious? I took nights off. Are you kidding me?
He would vocally be like before games, well, guess I'm not playing that hard tonight. And everyone's just like, why would you say that?
It's like no. Everyone's
it's like locker room shit that shit you keep to yourself.
But why?
He's like, I got so fucked up last night.
Why are you so upset about that? Yeah, I thought that was really weird. What were you gonna say?
No, I'm just kidding. I have nothing to say.
I thought that was a good segue.
I just think he's a bitch. I just think he's turned into a bitch. He's turned into a bitch with his book. I don't know. He just sounds like a bitch now.
Yeah, but I'm not surprised. He got so much heat for what he did. No pun intended. But
no pun intended. Fuck that guy. No, I'm just kidding.
But I think he's the type of guy that he wants to.
Do the Celtics win if he stayed?
What's
up?
The
Celtics win if he stayed. They win a championship if he stayed that year.
No.
And Rondo goes down? Or like Rondo doesn't go down?
No, they don't.
Rondo goes down. You still have Ray.
They wouldn't get knocked out in the first round. I'll tell you that. It's probably them again in another battle in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Well, it would have
like still it's weird, but he never looked at that as a rivalry for whatever reason. Good old Ray. This, in case you missed it, brought to you by the
CLS.
Oh, when you want the best.
Oh,
subscribe to their YouTube channel. CLS. When you want the best. And that is it for.
In case you missed it.
So, fellas.
All right,
guys,
we're up out of here. Hey,
let's not have a delay anymore.
We're gonna do shows more often. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. We just took a little break. Playoffs around the corner.
You know, we got shit up
playoffs are coming
on the homepage, CausewayStreetBlog.com.
Our pets' heads are falling off.
You know, Sway's gonna piss off Hoiberg again. That's a guarantee.
So let's actually do this right now.
Did Terry
send in your questions for Sway to ask Hoiberg right now?
For next
hashtag Causeway Street. Send it to @JoeSway. What is it?
No,
Joe_Sway.
Yeah.
Joe_Sway.
Yeah.
That one. Send it to him. But hashtag Causeway Street, and Sway will ask the question that I pick to Fred Hoiberg, and if he doesn't, we can give him a swirly after.
Did Shane
and post it on Facebook.
Sway has to ask the question, okay? I will pick it too. I will make sure if you ask how big Jimmy Butler's dick is,
he's not on the fucking Bulls anymore.
You just say Fred. Fred, I don't know if you can remember, but serious question from the Twitter Nation. Hashtag Causeway Street. How big is Jimmy Butler's dick?
I would immediately lose my credential. Immediately.
Somebody's just like, hey.
What does everyone say, though? Everyone just kind of just like. You know, some people just be like, just start bust out laughing. He's just like,
you're gonna have Vincent in the back saying like, "What the fuck, man?"
Oh, yeah. and you'd have like Chris Mannix just like scribbling in a notebook, looking back at you confused, like, how big is the? And he's like,
oh no, he'll be tweeting, like everyone just tweet it out, be like, Joseph Pavone of WEI.
He said hashtag Causeway Street.
I know, right? They'll say Josu of Causeway Street Blog Podcast /
and the best part is that you'll be like hashtag Causeway Street. How big is Jimmy Butler's dick? And like news outlets will have the opportunity to cut out the hashtag Causeway Street or include it, and they probably will include it. So we'll just be the podcast from now on.
Or not just then I think we'll really close up shop after that.
No, yeah, probably. I mean, like,
or at least CLNS will drop us.
We could just take a chance. Sway asked it. Either we blow the fuck up and we're gonna talk about this more often, which would suck
which
at one point.
Which we do more than most people realize, but it just doesn't make the final cut.
If we had to have like a fucking themed podcast because Sway said that would suck. I wouldn't even want to work for that podcast anymore.
I think the
off the rails.
I think the LBGTQ community would love us. You know, people comment too. This podcast is taking a weird turn.
Start talking about the Bruins all of a sudden, bro.
All right, we're out of here. See you guys later.
All right, yeah, let's go before. Let's stop doing this.
Later.
Bye.